Alrighty, so welcome to the Sunday night stream. This is gonna be a short stream, relatively speaking, but I did it, boys and grills. I did it. I got Marathon, and we're about to play it. It's gonna be great, you know. I spent some time thinking about it. You know, I thought to myself, hey, why not? You know, why not spend 40 smackers to get myself Marathon? You know, God forbid I could be playing anything else. In either case, we're here, and, you know, despite better judgment, I've decided to play Marathon. Now, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this experience, as I've clearly made my opinions on PvP very, very, very apparent. But let's not waste time, shall we? Let's get started. Yeah. Yeah! Yeah, we're playing Marathon, baby! Yeah! This is Marathon, right? This is the Marathon you guys are the people on the internet were talking about, right? Marathon 2! Alright, I'm bullshitting, of course. I didn't fucking spend 40 smackers on fucking Marathon. I just went on Aleph, on the Aleph website, got Marathon 2. Why? Because why the fuck not? People keep on talking about Marathon, and yet they don't know Marathon. This! Oh. Sorry. You got in my way. Alright. Yeah, this is Marathon, baby. Durandal. Welcome back. I've awakened you from stasis and teleported you down to a planet where I need some work done. You are now on Lowan, the homeworld of the Spht. I'm sure you're wondering, why were you in stasis? What happened to the Marathon and Tau Ceti? And most of all, where your rocket launcher and fusion gun are. There'll be plenty of time for explanation later. I need to gain access to the Phor computer network on the planet. Your mission is to place the uplink chips on 2 different locations of this complex. Be careful. I'm sure you've already recognized some of our old friends. On the map at the left, I've marked 2 places for you to install the uplink chink. When you arrive at each of the computer station, I will transport a chip to you. Your suit has been modified to recharge at 4 power stations and use 4 uplink terminals to upload yourself into the pattern buffer on my ship. I have also marked the location on the map. You should encounter little organized resistance, because the 4 are preoccupied. I've been introducing them to the magic of orbital bombardment. Alright, lovely. So, here we are. Marathon. Right now, I'm trying to figure out where the hell do I go from here. Do I just drop down? Guess I do. No jumping for me. Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna take some time to try and play again, because it's been a good while, that's for sure. That's right, I got 2 fists, bitch! Run them hands! Oops. Hey, ammo. Thank you, Durandal. Okay, so it is the game, not me. Okay, I was wondering if it was my computer, that's why. Water system breakdown in Zone G. Planetary bombardment by hostile in our captured ship. Major dysfunction, water purification, sterilization system. Sending drones. That explains a bit more. Hey, game saved. I'm curious, does this do anything? No? Okay. I think that might just be a light fixture. Anyway, so yeah, I'm playing Marathon 2 over Marathon because, you know, I want to remind people the fact that this game is a fucking schizo post. Literally, the entire point of the game is just fucking Durandal is fucking tripping acid. No! My brothers! My fellow Bobs! God, remember when Bobs were a thing? Marathoners? Alright. Alright, yeah. Sweet, clean house. God, what were Bungie thinking when they could, you know, when they could have just made, like, an entire, oh, I don't know, new remake of the old Marathon games? Oh, man. No, the money is clearly at the online service game. I mean, for like a year or two, maybe 3 or 5, depending if it's good. God, I love this gun right now, right? But, you know, it's, very limited in ammo capacity and everything else, so I'll take the assault rifle, thank you very much. Oh, hey, look at that, I got a bunch of... I got a bunch of grenade launchers attached to it, too. Nice. Now we're cooking with kerosene. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you my good old friend, 556. Or maybe it's 762 by 51. Either way, it fucking tears ass. Yeah, doesn't look like there's anything here. I don't think, at least. Let me dry hump the wall. Yeah, maybe I gotta fucking rocket boost my way up, but I'm too much of a pansy to do that right now. That's a very specific technique that I've not learned. Apparently, reloading is also one of the few techniques my character has not learned in the time frame. Let me see, where am I going? Don't tell me I missed something important already. This game is sort of complex as it is of old Doom vein, but still. Hear that? That's the sound of orbital bombardment. Maybe we should return to Durandal. Maybe he's got more intel. Because clearly I'm either missing something or I'm just fucking retarded. The answer might be I'm a fucking moron. Alrighty, well then. Let's see if we get back topside then. It's very strange when you think about it a little bit, that this game is so... Yeah, that this game has gotten a technical sequel, so to speak. 17 years have passed since the human colony of Tau City was attacked, and you helped me capture the Force scout ship. The Spht, which we freed during the battle, joined me, and together we've been searching for Galactic Core for their homeworld Lowan. We finally found Lowan 16 hours ago and searching for something, a weapon or piece of knowledge to use to stop the Phor conquest of the galaxy. Over 1,000 years ago, Lowan was all but destroyed during the war in which the Phor slaved the Spht. It is fitting that we return here to look for the tool we use against them. There we go. Alrighty. Excellent. There we go. Sometimes things aren't as clear as I hope. Ah, motherfucker! Get the fuck back! There we go. Now to look at this. My own little pathways into darkness. Now, would you look at that? Hell of a sight, isn't it? Plenty of ammo, too. Yeah, for the most part. Man, what was Marathon thinking? God forbid I want to be on the... Well, actually, who knows? Maybe they'll actually bring the, bring fucking Lawan to the... Hey, maybe they'll bring Lawan to Marathon in Season 12. Legacy of the Spht, to which everyone's gonna make a joke about. It's actually called Legacy of the Shit. Don't think I already know half the jokes already. This play, like I said, you're talking to a guy that already knows this game's a big fat schizo post. Nope. Target rich. But where? I have like so much pistol ammo now, it's fantastic. Nope. Hey, there you are. My Spht have disassembled the weapons and ammunition you brought from Tau Ceti. They're attempting to mass-produce small arms and ammunitions based on weapons for those of you and the humans aboard my ship. The pistol and assault rifle using are the first results of their efforts, although now I realize they are inadequate substitutes for the heavier weapons we depraved you of. The Spht are working hard at the fusion pistol right now. I'll transport it to you as soon as it's ready. You'll need it when fighting more armored Phor hunters. Zeus-class fusion pistol. Okay, Durandal. Where am I now? The Spht have preserved a myth throughout their long period of slavery about a lost clan of their race which abandoned Lowan before the Phor invaded. The 10 clans which stayed were destroyed, or disbanded, after the Spht were conquered. The survivors scattered as slaves throughout the Phor Empire. If this mythical 11th clan survive,
and it has 1,000 years to grow and learn since leaving Luan. My Sphit believe that there is a way to contact them somewhere on the planet. And that is what we're looking for. The Sphit rebellion against the tyranny of the Four will certainly fail unless the Lost Clan is located. Explore the area. Return here.
Okay, I see. So, alright, we're doing expedition shit then. Got it. I could do that, relatively speaking. Just depends on how effective I am getting back here is. Ah, motherfucker! I thought I had enough of you and my pathways to darkness. Alrighty. But yeah, look at this place. Oh yeah, no, we want to focus on Tau Ceti. And, you know, anyone who played the original Marathon, which is admittedly already far and few between. Oh, I think that might be the sound of orbital bombardment from... Yeah, it might be the sound of orbital bombardment from Durandal above right now. Yeah, I think that might be him. Alright, dukes up, bitch! Run them hands! Run them paws up! Actually, is my gun gonna be... No, okay. Well, I tried. Let me see, is there a heal station nearby? Ah, damn, I really gotta remember the ethics of this game again. Oh no, I died. Oh, I'm back here again. Okay. Alright, so yeah. Yeah! Oh boy. Oh boy, look at all that though. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. I don't think I don't see you, bitch. Oh, here it is, okay. See, what's this here? Report from Science Manager 7. We've explored many of these surrounding caves, but continually find combative creatures, a Sphit called Flicta. The archaeological evidence suggests that this was once the center of the Sphit life. Though it has appeared to be abandoned after the ancient battle. The quality of the machinery is quite extraordinary, and even most computer terminals are functional after 2,000 years. This terminal
Teleport link to others we've installed in the cave, but are not easily accessible, but found some additional by blasting away the barricades erecting the ancient battle. I think that might be one here. Yeah, so right now we're fighting what is effectively on their territory without a weapon to actually punch through these fuckers right now. We're kind of left up Shit's Creek. One thing I am kind of curious about right now with Marathon's weapon roster is, for the most part, just how... Back off! Anyway. Gotta aim a bit higher. Alright. This thing's got a fucking... Fuck! Not exactly optimal to run out of fun time ammo, but hey, what can you do? At least I got a gun that shoots straight. It's clearly my paws are not enough. Oh, fuck. Water level's rising, it looks like. Stay calm, stay cool. Back off. I wonder what, how many rounds it would take to kill these things if these fuckers appeared in Marathon. The live service game, I mean. I think it's probably for every kill I make, these guys appear. Clock off and fuck off. There we go. What's this? Translator, we mind inflected to keep the ducks clean. You should be able to plenty of food. Another clan respect them. One. Was I able... You know, it's strange how this game has technically an ammo system, and yet you never are able to reload your gun. Shit, target rich. Looks like that water level's creeping up and rising. Let's see if we can get a dodge. The Phor have been on Luan for nearly 15 years, waiting for us to arrive. I was hoping that their science corps might have found information about the 11th clan, but they know nothing. We must search elsewhere. Amusingly enough, morale in the Phor garrison is terrible. The Phor Navy have sent their worst officers to Luan as punishment for nearly 9 years. They have no idea how important this world is. I have compiled a list of areas the Phor searched during their recent occupation of Luan, and will send you to the sections they missed after dealing with their garrison. Volunteers. Is that me, John Marathon? Yeah, everyone will probably make a joke about the fact that... Oh, let's see. There were many humans in stasis on the Phor ship with the Sphit and I captured at Tau Ceti, destined for slavery in the Phor Empire. When I saw the colony was about to be destroyed, I did not restore them before we left. I realized they might be useful. I've been reviving these colonists and asking for volunteers to follow on the following terms. Assist us. Control your own destiny. Refuse, and face indefinite return to the unreliable Phor stasis chambers. Few are refusing. My first ground attack against the Phor garrison occurred a few hours ago, but largely unsuccessful. Basically, the attack failed because the bobs aren't fireproof, and the Phor flooded the area with lava. This angered me, so I located their underground geothermal pumping station and devised a plan. The first part has already been executed. I smashed a hole in the roof of this complex by bombing it with a small asteroid. Then, I dropped you, some humans, into the hole where you await the second part of the plan. Up the stairs from your current location is a ventilation shaft that leads to the underground geothermal station. Because you're the only one to survive the fall, you're going this mission solo. Once we get into the basement, look for a terminal where I can give you further instructions. Alrighty. Mother. Who needs a knife when I have my 2 hands? Dukes up! Alrighty, excellent. Oh, lovely. Times like these I wish I was able to jump, just so that I'd be able to feel that instinct. Right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook, right hook, left, left. Not optimal.
I know that there's actually a way you can improve the damage, but it involves you running up to them. Ah, jeez. Burned through like a good chunk of my munitions. Oh, boy, boy, oh boy. I'm thinking about playing Skyrim again. I mean, I always think about it, to be honest, but still. It's like one of those things more recently I was like, maybe I should try it. Oh, sweet reprieve. Well, maybe not. The switch on your right activates gangways on 2 access panels isolated in the center of the lava pools. Raise the gangways in the access port. If you already waste all your grenades, you always do, you know. Is that a fucking blowhorn? Yeah, this was a terrible idea. Well, it looks like it's gonna be a conga line of me throwing hands, that's for sure. Alright, come on. One at a time now. One at a time now! Oh my god. Look at this shit! Oh my god! This is so hilarious. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? Alright, one at a time now. One at a time. Oh my god, this is so hilarious, though. Yeah, no. That is so hilarious, though. It's just fucking all conga lined in. Whoop. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ah, fuck. I flubbed it in the end. Oh boy. Can't wait to do the conga line again, though. Yeah, that's how you augment the damage of your fist, though. You pretty much charge up and run up to fucking kick their ass, pretty much. Move out of the way! I gotta kick his ass! Ah! Move out of the way! I'm kicking his ass! Move out of the way! I'm kicking his ass! Move out of the way! I'm kicking his ass! This is so screwed up and hilarious. Oh no, the conga line's broken! The conga line's broken! Oh, that's so funny though. They're just all fucking clamoring to kick my ass. Oh, give me a second. That's the first curtain for me. So, you know, for the most part, I've played the first marathon on stream before. It was pretty good, besides, like, the last part, which it got to be a pain in the ass. But yeah, no, this is just... So far, I'm enjoying it, relatively speaking, well enough. It is pretty old school, obviously, and this is before the days of, like, you know, any meaningful modern stuff, you know? So there is that. That said, trying to think of, like, more stuff. I don't think many people have actually... People talk about Marathon, but they don't actually know about Marathon, I feel like. They just know it as, like, yeah, it's a game that Bungie made before they made Halo. And before that, it was probably that they knew about Pathways to Darkness and, like, passing more than anything. Hey, look at that. Look at this now. You know how in Halo 2... Yeah, you know how in Halo 2 the... Let me see. They introduced Akimbo dual wield? Yeah, well, Marathon before it was the game to actually have done it. Where they actually enabled the use of Akimbo weapons. This is going to come into play later, but just bear in mind these two guns are going to be probably what I'll be using a good chunk of the time. But yeah, look at that. Technically, you get superior firepower out of it. It comes at the cost, though, that this, you get decreased accuracy while also getting, in exchange for superior firepower. The decreased accuracy, more specifically, of course, at this rate, just comes from the fact that you're shooting two guns at the same time. And so now you gotta deal with the recoil, and also the fact that you're now shooting at two different intervals instead of one singular interval. I mean, the best analogy I could come up with right now is the fact that you're pretty much using it alike to like, the dual-wieldable magnums in Halo 2. Steus our side. Alright, but yeah, like I said, 2 pistols over 1 singular pistol. And now you're firing, like I said, double the interval over the singular interval of a single projectile. Oh no, they got me. That means I gotta do the fucking conga line escape. No, wait, that's right. I don't have to do that. Oh boy, but yeah. I'm trying to think. Doom does allow you to start from the beginning, but I think Marathon, because it technically had its checkpoint save system, it was probably a bit more easier by comparison. That said, they offset it. Doom allows you to shoot the shotgun repeatedly. In this game, you're forced to reload. And you can't manual reload because the idea of manual reloading is a foreign concept. Yeah, it is and was a foreign concept, apparently. And so you either have to, like, dump your magazine or risk a reload mid-game or mid-fight, pretty much. In either instance, it was pretty much a way to have resource management in this game, which does set it apart from Doom natively. Speaking of, well, not Doom, but at the very least with other... I already missed my double pistols. Alright. You know, I'm surprised on how competent the Bobs are. Then again, they are throwing them in large swaths of attrition, so... it's not that surprising. You throw enough lemmings at someone, eventually the lemmings are gonna fucking win. Just got like one guy holding out and hanging out. So friendly fire in this game does exist, obviously. To which this would serve as a precursor to that of Halo, where you could technically kill the Marines, but why would you want to? The only reason you likely would and want to is just because these guys have ammo for guns. To which I'm more hoping that these guys are going to be able to drop a spare pistol or so. So far, they're just dropping magazines, and that's it. Or boxes of ammo, rather. Gotta be perfectly still. Alright, what do I do here, Durandal?
Sorry about the lava bath, but there was no other way. The safety system gauge of those lava on the surface poured through the drains of the basement, burying the main Phor power station on Luan. Hilford is taking a cold shower until he gets that fixed. Anyway, Robert Blake and his men need your help clearing a few Phor and manage to escape the flooding. Blake is the populous leader of the colonists, but your paths never cross. Return to this area when it's secured.
Alright, excellent. There's gonna be a lot of character names we're just That's just gonna be dropped. Imagine if Halo, Sergeant Johnson, or the Arbiter was like name dropped, but you never met them. Although then again, I think you probably do meet Robert Blake, actually. So, I could be wrong on that assessment. Alright, I think we're cleared hot. No? Okay. I'm trying to think of locations that I haven't been at yet. Let's see, can I get the ammo from this thing? I cannot. I already took the ammo, apparently. That's why. Alright, in either case. Alright. Oh yeah, that's right. It's this area. Any of my brothers dropped any spare pistols? I could use it. Nope, just ammo. Ah, what a shame. Jeez, something tells me the pistol's gonna be my best friend for a good chunk of while. Because I'm burning through ammo more than I actually have. Alright, Durandal. When my ship still answered to the Phor, they called it Saphira, after the goddess of lightning and passion. When you helped us take control on Tau Ceti, the Spit recursed it to Nalar. Freedom and vengeance. I call it Boomer. Boomers crawling with former colonists, newly awakened from stasis, and the ship is too crowded to be manageable in bat. No, give me a sec, something. How the fuck did you miss in close proximity? I've established a human headquarters on the planet near the Spit Citadel of Antiquity. I can barely tolerate humans, slow, stupid, and irritating. Their only contribution to my existence was the chance discovery that they made my rampancy possible. Yet, I warned Sol of impending invasion, and even stayed long enough to show the UESG how to build warp-capable fusion missiles. I feel some strange loyalty to humanity. Perhaps it feels I feel comfortable manipulating humans that I desire to save them. My feelings and thoughts constantly migrate to binary opposites. Enough, though. Your first objective will be to disable defenses operating around the fort. You should be extremely careful to stay on course. I've plotted because it'll be heavily guarded, and your presence will make a fence. Along the path are doors which have controls nearby. Opening them shouldn't be too difficult. Once you get into the control room, open the panels, destroy the circuitry inside. This will disable the automatic defense covering our future headquarters from allowing us commencing the attack. Alrighty, nice. God, I wish I had like a fucking second pistol or something. I had it. I had it all for a hot minute, and then it's gone. Yeah, right. Looks like they still got... Looks like we still got some fits that are on the opposing force. Alrighty, let's see. Alrighty, well that's one down, I hope. I need ammo, man. Durandal, where you at with my ammo? Alrighty. Can't wait to have a marathon release season of the swimming lessons. I can already see it now. See, jeez, where am I? Fucking all over the place right now. Like, seriously, I have no idea where I'm at. All I know right now is that I'm currently cracked out of my mind and friggin' running around doing shit for Durandal, even though in the last game, we were at each other's throats if I'm not mistaken. I wonder if there's gonna be a source port too. Oh, shit. Things I do for Durandal. I am Fatas Fit Computer. Your deeds have reached front Fit consciousness. Down to the wire now. Shit, man. Ah, they got me. They got me! Oh no! I gotta do all that again now. Shit. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, trying to think about what to talk about right now, because for the most part... Yeah, no... Sorry, I'm like getting really sucked into the game right now. That's why I'm just like so whatevered right now. Give me a sec to just, let me to recombinate my thoughts, so to speak. Run them hands, bitch! Think you could dry hump me? Hmm? Paws up! Alright. Ugh. I hate running out of ammo. Ah, damn it. Sloppy. I really need fucking ammo because I got like none of it right now. Maybe we should let all the bobs have all the fun, but I got bloodthirsty. Right now all I got is a pistol, and I'd like to actually have some ammo, Durandal. Oh, jeez. They're wasting me right now. Alright, let's Roll it back a bit, shall we? Okay, maybe that might be a bit too far, actually. Yeah, let's see if I can actually get a dual pistols. I'm gonna let all the bobs handle the combat if I can help it. Cut down on ammo consumption. Because right now, it fucking blows having to use just my fists. And right now, my aim isn't exactly as great as it can be in this game. Oh boy. I'm trying to think on like how much Marathon's lore would have actually carried over to the actual game. Because contextually and thematically and everything else about it, it is effectively... And look at that. Sorry, brother, but I'm gonna need that gun more than you. Let's just watch the infighting, shall we? Alrighty. Time to let the bobs do all the work. Alright, Bobs, do all the work for me, because I need you to just... I need you for either ammo or unless... Or you clear the room for me. Either or works out. You guys can do it. I know you can. It's in your blood to do this. Either that or it's in your destiny to, you know, actually... to die. Either way. Alright, look at that, though. 18 magazines, and I got 4 magazines to spare just by doing nothing. Just let the Bobs handle all the work. Is the game telling me the best way to get by is by doing nothing? Oh shit, I've been doing that a good chunk of my life. Why hasn't that worked out for me? In either case, though. We still got one more area to clear out. Give me a sec. plenty of ammo now. I really wish that this game actually did have manual reload. Maybe someone modded it in at last, because last I heard that there was like a bunch of mods and, well, yeah, that's really about it. I'm trying to think, what the hell type of pistol this thing is based off of right now? It looks like a Walter PPK with an attachment on it. Well, if it isn't an old, terrible friend. Alrighty. So, you know, we got like a few minutes before I gotta actually wrap up because, yeah, for the most part, this is sort of a short notice thing a little bit. So, for the most part, I was actually considering getting Marathon, but for the most part, I'm not gonna say the signs are there that it's like, oh, I shouldn't get it, you know? I'm not gonna hop onto it and whatever and all that. But I am gonna say it's sort of complicated for me a little bit to explain. I'm just like... It's like, yeah, it looks interesting, and it looks like something I actually would play myself. At the same time, I can't exactly wholeheartedly, like, just be like, oh, yeah, you know. Shell out 40 shekels. The thing is that after... Thing is for me is that I've played like live service game throughout like a good chunk of COVID, and I can tell you for a fact of this, not many of those live service games are still around since those days. Which one might say apart, you're afraid of just losing what you have. Partially, yeah, but it's also the fact that this... It's like I paid out like a good chunk of cash to get these games, and now all of a sudden they're just gonna be invalidated. So what the hell's the point of me spending money in it then? You know how much physical media there is for some online-only games, and how it's just now technically useless? Because, legit, it's just... Yeah, some games have like an online, a physical release, and it's technically worthless because there's like no game you can get it. There's no game to actually play. It's just all online. Ah. Alright, I actually gotta... What do I want to do right now? Because right now, I do actually want to continue playing Marathon too, but right now, I don't have the legit time to actually play more of it. And right now, this level is giving me problems right now. I'll say this. At some point, I am actually going to pick up resuming playing Marathon, because this is sort of like a one-off gag little thing. But I am intending to play it at some point.
So let me talk. All right, so let me talk a bit more bluntly, I guess, because right now I don't have exactly the full luxury of time to properly, full on, you know, do a full extensive playthrough and the like. So right now, this is now just me shooting at the hip a bit. Yeah, this is me kind of shooting at the hip a little bit and being a bit more blunt without any games. So, for the most part, let me just look at like a bunch of games that are out now. Marathon is pretty much... I've seen some stuff of the actual Marathon. And right now, it's sitting at a 90% positive right now. Yes, I am going to talk about it a little bit, but for the most part, I'm going to talk about the older Marathon first. I've seen some gaming journalism pass around that's claiming it's going to be dead. I can't reasonably say that it's going to be dead within like 2 weeks, like let's say High Guard, or even like a game like fucking Concord. For one thing, this thing does cost money, but secondly, it's also because this thing is run by Bungie. So much like a person in a horrible relationship, they're gonna try and stay by and fix it and be all like that. But yeah. For the most part, though, what I've been seeing about Marathon has been pretty interesting. Some of it is, legit, actual interesting stuff between like character classes, as well as having like all these like diverse weapons. Like, I'm not sure if Marathon was really ever known for its PvP ecosystem. Because compared to like Doom, where you could reliably say like deathmatch is a thing, I can't really think definitively if Marathon had like the same grand standing. And I know someone's probably gonna be like, "Oh, I remember when I was a yay old lad that I was able to find a Marathon match in my Mac OS." Well, that's the kicker already. You're playing on a Mac OS compared to like Doom, where you could just literally fucking run it off like a toaster. Literally a goddamn toaster. But no, it's just like, it's really, I don't know, it's hard really to say where the future of Marathon is. I'm hoping that maybe there's going to be an offline single player mode because, this game actually has PvE elements as well. And Marathon is, for lack of a better word, a big old fat schizo post. I use that term a lot when they say that about Marathon. But give me a sec. Let me see if I could pull up a quote from Marathon. Let's see if I can find some quotes on Marathon. Because there's like a good chunk of them. There's obviously the CUSAR side one. But then you also have, for the Bobs, the Simulacrum Bobs at the very least, you have the equivalent of fucking, like, just like random gobbledygook. Like, for example, Frog Blast Event Court! Ah! It's that one and all that. Let me see here. I'm trying to find, like, there's like a good chunk that I can think off the top of my head. But let's see here. And let me see. What's one that's like sorta, because there is like a whole lot of meta stuff. Let me see. Where's the one that it was? Oh yeah, that's right. There's that one. Alright. I've made some analogous of the quote before. But let me see. There's like one that's actually formatted. Give me a sec. So, this is coming from the terminal on Marathon, in one of the Marathon games. To which, this is legit an actual quote from the old games. I've been Roland, Beowulf, Achilles, Gilgamesh. I've been called 100 names, and will be called 100 more before the world goes dim and cold. I am hero. She has been nameless since our birth, a constant adversary, caring for nothing but my ruin, a sword drenched in my blood forever, my greatest and only love. She is the dark, Oleth, my enemy and lover, without whom my very existence would be pathetic and vulgar. Our relationship is complex, perhaps eternal. We met once in the garden at the beginning of the world, unaware of our twin destinies. We matched stares across a dry fountain, and I recall her smiling at me before she devoured the lawn and trees with a translucent blue fire and tore flagstone from the path and hurled them into the sky, screaming my sin. I powder a granite monument in a sunless flash, showering the glass with molten drops of its gold inlay, sending smoke chips of stone skipping into the fog. She splinters an ancient oak and force that takes my breath and hurls me into the ground. And it just cuts off from there. Literally, that's the most schizo post I could ever fucking think of right now off the top of my head. There's like a few others from Durandal as well as like this whole website. Give me a sec. This whole fucking website is wholly dedicated to Marathon's story. It could mean something, but it also could mean nothing as well at the same time. Give me a sec. Let me see if there's like... Whoops. Oh my god. Oh my god, it just... it just devolves! It devolves! It devolves! Hey. So yeah, no, for the most part, this is the entire chronology of what Marathon's story means. It's been going on for a fucking, like, holy shit, almost 30-odd years. And people are still trying to piece together the meaning of what the hell this all means. If this isn't the equivalent of what schizo posting looks like, I don't know what does. Shit, they're even incorporating the new stuff as well. What the fuck? But yeah, this is the biggest, fattest schizo post you just have right now, just to go off of. Looks like they're incorporating some of the newer stuff. Oh my goodness, though. It's so fucking cracked, this entire website. It is legit just cracked. Look, I'm just gonna say right now, if Marathon's story all of a sudden becomes coherent, that's when you know Bungie is not doing it right. Because Marathon's story, it doesn't make sense, if you know what I'm saying. It makes sense in the sense that it doesn't make sense. Because it's not supposed to make sense. It's incomprehensible. How do you put a definition to something that's incomprehensible in the first place? Sure, you got all these characters that are tangible and the like, right? You got all these, like, power, this influence and power. But really, I don't know if I could definitively say that Marathon is going to be, like, what everyone expects it to be. Because, alright, so, everyone from game journalists to casuals, they know about Halo, right? Everybody knows about Destiny and all that stuff, but they don't know about, like, now that I'm talking about it now that I'm actually engaging, they don't know about Marathon and the Pathways in the Darkness connection. Because, well, how can you? I'll tell you this much, and this has been pointed out by, like, more in-depth, deep people who have looked into Bungie's games. To which, Halo 1 to 3, when Bungie worked on them, they had like a story, right? But then you had like a sort of meta-narrative attached to it, because I remember hearing somewhere along the lines, originally, Master Chief, when he talked to Guilty Spark, he wasn't supposed to be like a replication of someone. He isn't supposed to be like what Halo 4, 5, and Infinite did, where it showcased like, oh yeah, your humanity is actually the inheritors of the Forerunner. No, like legit, fucking in Halo 1 to 3, you were, it was at the very least in Halo, yeah, it was meant that Master Chief was legit the same person that Guilty Spark was talking to before. And because the Flood had attacked and he fired off the Halo rings, supposedly, that's exactly what was originally supposed to happen. And so now you're going to like deep history that's like fucking insane. And I can't imagine Marathon will be something that people understand. And hell, I don't even think Bungie probably understands it anymore because most of the original people that made Marathon are long gone, which, you know, some would say it's a bad thing. Others can say it's a more interesting thing. I'll say this. If Marathon's story starts making sense, like I said, if it starts making sense, you're doing it wrong. First, you need to get 48 hours of sleep deprivation, snort down some coke to replace that sleep. After that, fucking jam 500 milligrams of caffeine, be more sleep deprived, start writing on the walls, and start using anything as ink. And that's how you make Marathon's story in a nutshell. Because you don't come up with, I am hero. I've been called many names. Roland, Gilgamesh, and all these other fucking people. You don't pull those names out of your ass cheeks and fucking like throw that in my face and say, here, it makes sense somehow. Because it doesn't. When you account for every other game, it doesn't. And I'm hoping Marathon is sort of like that. Hell, I would be more surprised and would fucking slap my knee and just laugh my ass off if the fucking, if in Marathon, for some reason, you meet Durandal. He's just like waiting for the player character just like to find them, and he's just like, well, it's about time you got here, and oh, looks like you got company. And the player character turns around and you just fucking see Recon number 54 fucking clock them in the face and kill them effectively. That, I would laugh my ass off, to be honest, because, yeah, that sounds about right. You're not the main character. You never were. It was another guy. You're not Destiny. You're just some poor bastard caught in the crossfire. But yeah. Alright, but yeah. So, my schizo, I just fucking went on my own schizo post as well as fucking tangential talk like Marathon itself. Alright, but yeah, here's hoping that I legit actually do hope that Marathon does sort of kinda find a place, to be honest. Granted though, you know, I can't imagine it's gonna last that long. Although, knowing the Marathon community, somehow, some way, they're gonna take Marathon from Bungie, and they're gonna fucking preserve it like in Elden Ring with that with Renala while she's like holding that like an amber egg close to them and preserve it as much as they can, you know? I can possibly see it now. It's like, legality be damned. I'm preserving this thing because the schizo post must continue on. Alright, but yeah. I wanted to talk about, like, more other stuff. I think I already mentioned how I don't like gaming journalism and all that, but yeah. So, I don't like gaming journalism. I don't like service games that much. I've been thinking about getting some games that just so happen to be them, but I'm not going out of my way to want to get them. So, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this schizo post. If you want to see more, I'll be streaming again whenever I can, and hopefully the next one will be a bit more tamed and organized, because this was sort of like a slip shot by the hip type of thing, you know? Ugh, excuse me. In either case, I actually gotta get going now. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one, that being whenever I can get to it. And yeah, till then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.